We're coming into later fall and we're starting to get some freezing nights. In about a week or so, it should get down into the 20s in the Fahrenheit. So it's time to really address some of the trees and shrubs that we've grown from seed this year, especially the air prune beds. This video is going to be tongue-in-cheek, an unboxing video of how these trees have grown for us in the driveway, so stick around. We're going to talk about two different types of air prune beds in this video and how they performed for the summer. A 1 foot by 2 foot box, which is 6 inches deep, which I would put in air quotes as mobile. They're on the heavier side, filled with soil. I would guess that this is 45 to maybe 60 pounds. So certainly movable, but not necessarily very comfortable. If you're going to build these from scratch, strong recommendation is to not go much bigger than 1 foot by 2 foot and 6 inches deep. If you did a 2 foot by 2 foot box, it'd be very hard to move these. So we're going to look at this box and how it grew hybrid chestnuts. And we're also going to take a look at some 2 foot by 4 foot beds, which are nice modular structures that have grown hundreds of trees in them. Those have hazelnuts and English walnuts. If the concept of all of this is brand new to you, strongly recommend that you check out the video linked here. I'll put it in the description as well, where we talk about taking sprouted chestnuts and putting them in these boxes back in, perhaps it was March, and here we are at the beginning of November. So I'm going to take this box over to where I can dump some soil and take a look at how these trees have grown. I know the concept of unboxing is a very popular one on YouTube, generally for things like iPhone cases and other products you can buy online. I like the idea of flipping it on its head and actually doing a literal unboxing, but of a food forest. So here's this 1 foot by 2 foot box filled with chestnut trees. Now that they're dormant, I wouldn't want to do this while they're actively growing, and I certainly wouldn't want to do it when it's gotten so cold that it's frozen. You want that sweet spot where they're dropping their leaves, going to sleep, but not so cold that they're frozen. This soil got a good rain on it. It's nice and moist, so they should come out somewhat easily. It may look a little bit rough the way I'm doing this, but these trees are completely comfortable with this treatment. So I'm going to gently pull them up, and then set this aside. Maybe I'll pull half of them out first and put them on a lump of soil there, and the other half. So pretty easy to extract them. As a reminder, that is the air prune bed we talked about before. Good sturdy 1/2 inch by 1 inch mesh on the bottom, battened down. In this case, black locust was used. This should last me a good 15 years or so, but you can work with whatever wood you have access to. Let's take a look at how these trees have grown. Here's the first trees. There were comments and questions earlier on of, with trees so close to each other, won't the roots work into each other? And yes, that is true, but if you're gentle and the soil is hydrated, the trees should tease apart pretty easily. And you can see that that's what's happening here. Here is, to me, what is absolutely beautiful first year specimen tree. You can see the root pruning happened, so there's a very fibrous lateral root system that's formed, and what would have been a long, thin, singular taproot was triggered by the air that was below the bed to truncate and focus on those lateral growths without me having to go in with pruners. And this tree, maybe it's about 18 inches tall, be very easy to plant out and start growing. So that's what we'd really hope for. Then you get something like this. A little bit of a weird branch, maybe it's a little smaller, still very viable. Maybe what I would do is, as I go through this box, set aside the very nice looking trees for shipping, for local sales, for planting, and trees that we may want to soak and plant back out for another season so they can get more established. Let me go through a few more here. Here's a beautiful ready to plant tree. Some pretty nice ones, but we'll set those aside for another growing season. I'm going to pause here and actually go through the rest of this box and get an actual count from a 1 foot by 2 foot bed of chestnuts. A couple of minutes later, and we've sorted through the trees that are 100% alive and viable, but could enjoy another year grown out in a bigger nursery bed. There were a few trees that died. I think these are the trees that were closest to the edge, or there's just too much competition. If you're in a very hot climate, or if you have very limited access to watering, you may think of a bed like this as being a little too small, a little too fragile. For us, when we got to a real hot time in July, a few trees died that were right near the edge. That said, a few died, maybe 30 or so alive, beautiful, but a little small. About 40 to 45 trees in here with incredible root systems and 100% ready to go, either to be sold or planted out. I'd be very pleased to put a tree like this in the ground. This could, of course, get grown on another year in a nursery bed, but these are absolutely field-ready trees. So a 1 foot by 2 foot bed with some issues and problems still yielded 40, 45 beautiful chestnuts. So now what I'm going to do is soak their roots, get them a little hydrated, and then I'll heal them in. I'll take some rich garden soil and open up a little pocket that I can put these trees into. This will be to hold them temporarily, either until we're ready to plant them out or for sales, and figure it out from there. I'll start with the trees that I know will get replanted next year. They're already pretty decently hydrated, but it's always good to give them more. So this is the idea of healing in. We basically take groupings of plants that are dormant and communally plant them. I'll give this a nice soaking. You can see we've done this before with some grafted apples and some Morpha fruticosa and some other plants. And this gets you through the winter if you need it to. So this is the yield of saleable, ready to plant trees from a 1 foot by 2 foot air prune bed. We'll settle those in temporarily. Trying to use nice, rich, loose, fluffy soil here. This would not be ideal to do if we were in peak summer or if these plants still had very active leaves growing. That's one box. I've got 4 more of them to do of the chestnuts, but we don't need to bore you with those details. Let's look at another type of tree. Learned earlier in the season that these cages that were 100% critical for early in the season to keep chipmunks and red squirrels and birds from stealing or enjoying the seeds before they had a chance to germinate. Now at the end of the season, they're no longer necessary, so we can retire these lids. Take that away in a moment. And so here's a 2 foot by 4 foot bed. In fact, there's 2 of them. These are all hazelnuts. And we dug this first bed out the other day. I thought folks might enjoy seeing just how many are in here. Now what I might do, might spill a little bit, but I'm going to lift the riser off of this to make it easier to access the soil. So if you remember from past videos, the original bed was 2 feet by 4 feet and about 6 to 8 inches tall. And I built this simple box that can sit on top that when filled with soil makes for a lot more volume inside. Seemed to pay off because this summer we only had to water these boxes a few times. Now, let's see how many hazels we've got. This is the fun part, is figuring out how to even get access. Unlike the small beds, I can't lift these and lean them over. They are just way too heavy the way they are. If the soil was dry, I would give it a very deep soaking so that these plants would come out more easily. I really would like to get under as much as possible to capture as much root. If some of the root or little root here or there gets ripped or damaged, it's not the end of the world. You can absolutely trim them, and these plants will rebound beautifully from that. To get started, there's definitely a little bit of root ripping here or there. And then I should be able to get in with a shovel and carefully lift the rest. Let me pause here and get under there with the shovel. That's given me a little more leverage. Now before I start teasing these apart into individual stems, I'll definitely want to drip them or dip them in water. It's just the first little handful or shovelful that need to come out in order to have room to get the rest out. But just look at a sample. So here's one. A little small for first here. We'll have some bigger ones in there. You can see the root went right down to the bottom. In this case, the depth of the bed almost was maybe a little bit deeper than it could have been. I'm more likely than not going to actually trim that before we plant this out or sell it, so it can focus on a more fibrous root system. But I would say in my hand I've got at least 100 hazelnuts here. Here's one with a real nice size to it. If I were to do this again, I probably would give them a little more space. I don't think we need 500 seedlings in one box, but even at that density, really nice roots starting to develop, and a young tree that's at least 12 inches, maybe closer to 18. So that's the first batch. Let me get the rest of them out and get a sense of what we've got here. Very alive soil in here. It smells super sweet. I can see the mycelial webs and the connections with the roots on these young hazels. The chips and the hugel mound style has really helped to retain moisture and create that habitat. Lots of pill bugs and earthworms and the like. We want to mimic forest soil in here. Hydrated. It's pretty overwhelming, to be honest with you, of what to do with all these trees. It's an incredibly wonderful problem to have. It's a problem you can design into your landscape as well. This was the yield of 1/2 of a 2 foot by 4 foot air prune bed. So this is 2 feet by 2 feet worth of hazels, so 4 square feet of asphalt driveway. From April until November yielded this many hazelnuts. I am not going to try to count them for you right now. We do not need an 87-minute long video. At least 200, I would guess this is closer to 300 to 400 shrubs. I will not process and divide and sort them right now. I'm going to simply dig another trench and heel these in and soak them, because we want to get the rest of these hundreds, if not thousands of hazels up and out of here before we get into the 20s. You really want to make sure, as you're doing this healing in process, that you crumble a lot of loose soil. See, like here's one that's sticking out. That would certainly die if it was left like that. So I'm going to bury this in. And not only do you want to put a lot of really nice, loose, rich soil around them, You definitely want to pour water over the whole thing once you're done to help settle the soil around the roots and reduce airspace. You can heel plants in and lose them to drying if you don't soak them in after you heel them in. That's the tree yield of 1/2 of one air prune bed. And we had 12 of them online this summer. Maybe nearly somewhere between 5,000 and 10,000 trees in total. And we'll give them that rich, mucky soil that they were cleaned in. I think you get the idea. You don't need to see us open up and dig every box out. One or two unboxings is good enough. A lot of work left to be done. There's a lot of work with this because not only are you starting the trees, but then how and where do you sell them? Where do you plant them all? These are many thousands of trees that we'll have to figure out a thoughtful, ethical direction to send them. But that's a great problem you can design into your life. This bed's been completely emptied. We'll be able to take that soil out, either use it to stool or protect plants or build new garden beds elsewhere and retire this for the winter. We still have a bed full of English walnuts that got a good foot to 18 inches tall. I'm sure they've got some beautifully formed root systems. More hazelnuts, some pecans and hickories, some Japanese walnuts, and then a whole other box of the chestnuts. This is 4 more of those 1 foot by 2 foot, so to speak, mobile beds. Once we get all these trees out and healed in, we'll be able to sweep all this off and have a parking space for the winter and do this again next year. So air prune beds in a marginal space in a cold climate, many thousands of trees for each parking space. If you can park on the road for one growing season, you can grow 100 to 200 acres worth of food forest in that space. Hopefully some of you choose to do that. If you have, show us some pictures, make some videos. How did it work for you this season? What questions do you have? What sort of issues did you have? Thanks for watching this long video.